Welcome to the FAFSA Completion Initiative tutorial. If your high school or school district is participating in the New York State FAFSA Completion Initiative and has submitted a signed data access and security agreement, you will next need to establish your users and user accounts. This tutorial explains the New York State Higher Education Services Corporation's HESC Correspondence System, where you will establish your account. The HESC Correspondence System, or HCS, is a system that your school or school district will use to establish user accounts and user IDs. Only those who have an established and active account and user ID will be able to access student FAFSA filing status data and/or TAP application completion status data for your school or school district. Upon receipt of a signed data access and security agreement from your school or school district, HESC will email a form used to designate the individual who will serve as your school or school district's Chief Authorizing Official, or CAO. The Chief Authorizing Official, or CAO, serves as the topmost account access manager for your school, district, or school. An entity can designate multiple CAOs or a single CAO. The CAO is responsible for determining other users who will be granted access to the FAFSA and TAP application status data and the level of access for each user. For example, a district-level CAO may authorize user A with access to data on students from only one high school within your district, while user B may be granted access to data from all high schools within your district. The CAO will also use the HCS system to maintain an account profile of all authorized users. This will enable the CAO to readily identify and request the removal of users who may no longer be employed at a high school. District-level CAOs can maintain all user profiles within their district and may request a change in access for a user from one high school to another high school within their school district. There may be more than one CAO. A school district may, for example, choose to designate a CAO for each of its high schools and authorize each CAO's access to only his or her school, or designate one CAO for all schools. There are no specific individuals or titles from your school or school district who should serve as a Chief Authorizing Official. However, when selecting Chief Authorizing Officials, consideration should be given to the individual's ability to fulfill the account management and account verification requirements. The Chief Authorizing Official may designate one or more users as Authorizing Officials, or AOs. Similar to the CAO, the Authorizing Official, or AO, may designate additional users who can access the FAFSA and TAP application status data. However, the AO may not designate another Authorizing Official, nor can the AO designate a user as a Chief Authorizing Official. In addition to authorizing other users, the AO or CAO must annually verify account information of their designated user. The AO will periodically receive an email notification from the HCS summarizing all of the users who the AO has authorized and whose account information within 30 days. Failure to provide verification will result in the suspension of the associated user accounts. However, the accounts will be reactivated when they have been verified. There may be one or more authorizing officials. There are no specific individuals or titles from your school or school district who should serve as authorizing officials. However, consideration should be given to the individual's ability to fulfill the account management and account verification requirements. A district-level CAO with multiple high schools in the district may choose to designate an AO at each high school within the district, while a high school CAO may identify one or more AOs at their high school. The third level of HCS users will be school or district users who will only have access to FAFSA TAP reports for a single high school, multiple high schools, or all high schools within your district. Report-only users can manage their own accounts, i.e. establish their user IDs and set and reset passwords, and will have the ability to generate the FAFSA and/or TAP application status reports. Report-only users need access for the purpose of performing their duties in connection with the FAFSA Completion Initiative. There is no limitation to the number of report-only users that can be designated within a given school or school district. However, annual verifications will be required for each report-only user. As was stated earlier, a Chief Authorizing Official designation for EFAN User ID form will be sent to your school or school district upon HESC receipt of a signed data access and security agreement. This form is to be completed by the individual who will serve as the CAO and sent back to HESC via snail mail, email, or fax. The acronym EFAN stands for Electronic Financial Aid System. Upon receipt of the form identifying the CAO, HESC account management team will create an account and temporary password for the CAO. An email, like the one shown here, will be sent to the CAO. It contains a temporary link that must be used within 24 hours to complete the processing of the HESC EFAN user ID application. Please remember that once the CAO gets this email, he or she must click the link and log on within 24 hours. The email also includes a number to call if this process was not completed within that time frame. Next, we'll show you how to establish the initial account through the EFAN application. As the CAO, the first step is to set up your password. When you click the link in the email from HESC, your browser will open to this screen. You must enter the user ID you received from HESC in the user ID field and a new password in the fields provided. If you need help creating a valid password, you can click the Working with Set Password link shown by the arrow. Rules about passwords include: it must be exactly 8 characters, it may not be the same as your user ID, it must contain at least 1 letter and 1 number or special character. Please note that your password must be changed every 90 days. If you do not log in within 45 days, your password will be revoked and you will need to contact the HESC Help Desk for assistance. Once you have successfully updated your password, you will come to Terms and Conditions. Here, you will be asked to review and accept the terms and conditions for users' access to HESC systems and confidential information owned by New York State. Then click Next. Next, you will be asked to provide registration information that will be used to identify you, the CAO, on HESC system. The information you enter will be used by HESC to reset your password should you forget it and identify you by HESC Help Desk should you call for assistance. You'll be given an opportunity to review the information you entered. Once you verify that the information is correct, click Submit. If your registration information was submitted successfully, a confirmation message will appear at the top of your screen. Once you have completed your registration, you may submit EFAN applications for other staff members at your organization. Next, we'll explain how to submit EFAN applications for other staff members at your organization. To submit EFAN applications for other staff members at your organization, click the General Functions tab to access the Submit EFAN Application feature. Then, click on the Submit EFAN Application link in the left side navigation bar. This screen also allows you to perform a search of HESC systems for any existing EFAN applications for an existing user. To narrow a search result, type as much information in as many fields as possible. Last name. Type the last name of the employee you are searching for. First name. Type the first name of the employee you are searching for. View. To see the search results for the selected criteria, click the View button. Clear. Click the Clear button to clear the screen of changes typed. Once you've entered the name, the system will search for any existing matches. If the match returned is the person you were looking for and you want to submit an amended EFAN application, click the radio button next to their name and then click the Continue button. If the matches returned do not include the staff member you are looking for and you wish to submit a new EFAN application for that person, click the New User button. Complete the EFAN application form. All required fields are denoted with a red asterisk. The data fields on this screen are self-explanatory. Note that you are required to enter an email address by clicking the radio button next to the email address to which you wish to associate this application. To submit an EFAN application, you must have a current unique EFAN email address. In the comment box, you can type in any specific directions or notations to be associated with this application. Next, you will need to add each institution you want the new user to access. To begin this process, select your institution from the drop-down box and click the Add Authorization button. District-level users will be able to choose the district itself as well as all schools within the district. On this screen, select a role for the user and enter an email address for the user. Select one or more user access checkboxes for the user. Then click the Continue button. You must complete the following fields. Role, select from the drop-down box. email address, and confirm email address. Authorization level. Check the appropriate box next to EFAN user, Chief Authorizing Official, or Authorizing Official. Note that only a Chief Authorizing Official may request authorization levels. Effective date. Select the date you authorize the access to begin, i.e. 11/01/2007. If a date is not entered, the date the application is received by HESC is the effective date. Once you have completed all appropriate fields, click the Continue button. This takes you back to the Submit EFAN application for new user screen. The Institution Authorization section will have been updated with the changes made on the Institution Authorization screen. After selecting your institution authorization, you return to the Submit EFAN application for new user screen shown here. You should see the institution authorizations you selected. If you need to enter authorizations at other institutions, you may select a different institution and click the Add Authorization button. Note that a separate user ID will be created for each requested authorization. When you are done entering institution authorizations, you may click the Continue button. This will take you to the Verify Application page. The Verify Application screen gives you the opportunity to review the information you have entered. If you are satisfied the information is correct, you will need to read the terms of the EFAN agreement, click the checkbox to indicate your agreement, and click the Submit button to submit the EFAN application. The Verify Application page will be refreshed. If your EFAN application was submitted successfully, a confirmation message will appear at the top of your screen, and the new application ID will now be displayed. HESC will respond within 5 business days. If you do not hear from us within 5 business days, you may view the application status online at View EFAN Applications or call the HESC Help Desk 1-866-431-4372. Print. The print button prints the screen. Please be sure to print a copy for your records. You can use the View EFAN Applications link to view previously submitted EFAN applications. This is the View EFAN Application screen initial view. From here, users can enter criteria to search EFAN applications they have previously submitted by clicking the View button. This screen allows you to perform a search of HESC system for any existing EFAN applications for an existing user. To narrow a search result, type in as much information in as many fields as possible. A few notes. The application ID is the ID the system generated and displayed on the confirmation page when you submitted the application. The status is selected from the drop-down box. Status choices are shown and explained here. After you have made your selections, to see the search results for the selected criteria, click the View button. Please be sure to print a copy for your records. Here is an example of what the screen looks like after a successful search. Users can see the details of previously submitted EFAN applications by clicking the radio button of a specific EFAN application and then clicking the Review button. Based on the search criteria that you have entered, the results are displayed. To select an EFAN application, click the radio button next to the applicant's name. This is a detailed view of the Review EFAN application page. You can log off from any screen by clicking the Log Off button in the upper right corner when finished. Please note that each CAO, AO, and report-only user will receive their own email and must follow the instructions to complete the process. If you need assistance, please contact the HESC Help Desk by email at helpdesk@hesc.ny.gov or by phone at 1-866-431-4372.